When someone comes into the gym on the first day, we have a couple of things as coaches that we want to accomplish. The first is that we need to introduce them to the gym. Then we want to screen for health problems. Then we want to screen for pain and dysfunction in their movement and take into account things like mobility and flexibility. And then we want to assess their actual fitness level so that we can write a program for them that takes into account their starting point. So what we're gonna do in this video real quick is present a framework for how we like our first day to go. And if you're a trainer, this is something you might be able to use with your own clients. And if you're just a fitness goer looking to get back into the gym, you might be able to use these same ideas to construct your own first day or first couple of weeks so that you can ease back into things without going too hard, too fast. Key thing to remember here is that we want our first day to be both informative but also enjoyable. The first day for a lot of people is going to be the first in-person contact they have with you, and it's gonna be the first time they've been in a gym in a while. There's a lot of folks that are either coming from no gym experience or they're coming from a gym experience that wasn't super pleasant. And so what we wanna do is we wanna make the first day enjoyable, because for a lot of people, the first day will determine whether they're gonna come back for a second day. The second thing is that we want it to be informative. So this framework is informed by the functional movement screen. We used to use the functional movement screen with everybody that walked into the gym, but we found a couple things with it. And the first was that it was really time consuming. The second was that people felt like they were being a little bit poked and prodded and measured, and their expectation is that they're here for fitness, not to receive physical therapy. And so what we wanted to do was create a workout that would allow us to derive most of the same information that the FMS does, but in a workout format that allows someone to have a little more fun on their first day and meets their expectations better. So how do we structure it? Well, the first day when someone walks in, they're going to throw their keys down, we'll give them a tour of the gym, we'll show them where the bathroom is, where they can get water, and then they'll come over and we'll have them fill out some paperwork. This is standard paperwork. It's a waiver for the gym and then a health history with a PAR-Q. And so right there we can screen for health problems. So if we need to get a doctor's permission to start an exercise routine, we can stop the workout right there. We can go get that permission and then we can start back up when we have it. The next thing we'll do is we'll warm up for the workout. Now on our first day, we don't teach people our entire warm up because it's a lot of stuff to remember. Instead, what we do is we just grab a foam roller and we teach folks how to foam roll. We don't use the cross balls or other self-myofascial release techniques because we just want to keep it as simple as possible. And so all we'll do is roll the bigger parts of the body that we can access with a foam roller. Those are things like calves, quads, upper back, lats, maybe glutes. It allows us to move around a little bit, get the blood flowing, reduce excess tone throughout our body, and just get our joints moving before we jump into the workout. Now the second thing it allows us to do is help our new members understand how workouts are supposed to feel. A common question we get on the phone is, how is a workout structured? And the first thing everybody will do when they come in for a workout here is they'll grab a foam roller, find a spot, and start foam rolling. So this is a great way to introduce someone not only to the gym and to warming up, but specifically to the way the workout is going to feel. After we do the foam rolling, we get into a circuit of 15 reps. We only ask that people do 2 rounds because we want to keep it easy. We don't want to leave people too sore when they come in for their next day. The first thing we'll do is we'll jump on an assault bike. Similar to an Airdyne, the assault bike, if you're not familiar, has pedals for your feet, but also has bars for your hands. So it allows us to create a sort of continuation of the warm-up that we started by getting us moving even more than we were on the roller. The second thing here is that it allows us to start assessing someone's aerobic capacity. Another thing that I left out too is that something we want to see on the first day is just someone's workout personality. The bike is a nice chance for us to see, is this somebody that wants to push really, really hard, or is this somebody that's looking for more gentle nudge forward every time they come in? After we jump off the bike, we get into our more exercise feeling movements. And these are really informed by the functional movement screen. The first thing we're gonna do is a push-up. It's similar to the press-up off the floor. The thing with a press-up is that getting someone on the floor to do a push-up on their first day is often really, really challenging. So instead what we do is we put everyone on an elevated bar to make the movement a lot easier. It still allows us to see how their core integrity is and how their shoulder area moves, while being able to accomplish the movement where the press up can be really difficult for some folks. The next thing we'll do is a bodyweight squat. Similar to the overhead squat that you'll see in the FMS, the bodyweight squat allows us to see all of the same stability and mobility things that we're looking for in the overhead squat. It allows us to see the integrity of the lower body and the core. It allows us to check mobility, and it gives us an idea of how somebody thinks they should squat. And so that informs our teaching as we move forward. The overhead squat is a really, really challenging movement, not just for somebody on the first day, but for pretty much any gym goer. So a bodyweight squat is a lot more attainable. The third thing we'll do is a row, which we'll do on a jungle gym or a TRX if you're not familiar with the jungle gyms. This is the exact opposite of the push-up movement. Sometimes what happens is the pressing movement gives us a little bit of a different look at the shoulder than the pulling movement does, so we always like to include a row. Plus, if we're trying to create a workout that is well-rounded, then having a rowing movement makes a lot of sense. The last movement we'll include in here is a leg lower. Now, leg lowers are informed by the active straight leg raise in the FMS, but we do them because they create more of a challenge to the core and they feel like more of an actual exercise, while still informing us, giving us the information that we're looking for with the active straight leg raise. So that's our workout. We go through a circuit. We only ask the people do 2 rounds, and then once they're done, we'll show them how the schedule works and get them scheduled for the next day. Now, if there's pain or dysfunction with any of these movements, what we'll do is we'll stop the workout. We could break out into some SFMA style assessing and then refer somebody out to a professional that's qualified to work with a painful pattern. Now, if you're somebody that is a regular exerciser and you're just looking to do this yourself, you could create a lot of different circuits with stuff like this. Basic, lower body, upper body, high rep, just a couple of rounds. And this is something that you could use for your first day, first couple of weeks. The nice thing is it allows you to start to build your work capacity up. It'll start to rebuild some of the glycogen stores in your body and allows your muscles and connective tissue to start working like they should be, which will prep you for higher intensity stuff. So that's the framework of how our first day works. Again, we're looking for something that's both informative and enjoyable, and I hope that this is something that other people can start to use to create really wonderful first day experiences, not just for themselves, but for their own clients and members.